Yes.
We should marry.
We should just marry one husband.
Exactly.
It would make sense.
Work together.
I think.
But like, jokes aside, jokes aside, I wouldn't be mad at a polygamous relationship. I think I'll also have to. And that's my there just have to be something with the man that I'm gonna marry that I'd be like, you know what, it's okay for me to be in this relationship.
Marriage?
Yes. Relationship?
Yes. Marriage? No.
Why?
I don't know, I just feel like the concept in itself has always benefited the man, and I don't like making men happy. Yeah. Polyamorous relationship, 100%. I mean, like, you know, we can pattern something, but like outside of that, I just feel like marriage in general, I don't think it could ever be a polyamorous like relationship ever. I think it's a very monogamous union, and I feel like we should respect it as such. In any other setting,
No, polygamy is not a concept that makes sense to me. I always actually get dragged for saying that things are not concepts that make sense to me, but you know, to each their own, that's my opinion. Polygamy is not a concept that makes sense to me. I don't understand how you can love more than one person at the same time. At the same time, I believe you can love more than one person, obviously, but not at the same time being able to pour into different relationships. There's only so much of yourself that you can pour into a relationship. So not having to share the romantic aspect of your life with like 4 people, that's a lie. That's a lie. I believe polygamy is for many, many children, and for those who want to have many, many children, y'all stay safe.
No.
Why?
I just, for me, it just doesn't make sense. You know, like, it doesn't make sense. I understand that some men will be like, no, especially these women.
You know what?
I don't want to bash them, but
the way I feel about polygamy and stuff, even if you're not in a man, the truth is you are a narcissist and you thrive off of attention being on you and people being at your service. That is why you feel it is okay to be with multiple people and whatever. But no.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, I can't comprehend the fact that I'm gonna be with someone and then I need to understand that they have another person that they.
And then you shine around.
Yeah, and he can do that. But when I say, okay, let me do it while you are busy with someone else, let me get busy with someone else.
Maybe being like a polyamorous relationship is better. We're dating other people.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
No, let's be an open relationship.
Let's
do that. Versus now you can do whatever you want to do.
It's
but
just
I
an
can't.
oppressive system. The way I see it.
Yeah.
No, I'm a very jealous person, so it would never work for me. I believe in monogamy. Like, polygamy would never work for me. Never.
No.
Never.
Yeah, I'd never, like, I don't understand the logistics and the admin of it all. Like, it boggles my mind. I'd never. I'm not for it.
That do it. Like, you share a husband or you share a wife. Like,
yeah, I'm not judging though.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not for me. It's definitely not for her. So yeah.
never that.
I think for me, it's a thing of like, I would be in a polygamous marriage if you're okay. I don't want kids. I'm not there. For me, it would actually be ideal because then one of the other wives can give you children. I like my space. I'm not someone who, the thought of living with one person in my house for the rest of my life gives me stress. So it's an ideal relationship. As well as you have to have the money, Sham. I'm sorry, we cannot be on the same tax bracket. You have to be like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos.
2 brackets above me.
Why are you not a billionaire? Why are you not a billionaire, sir? So that's my thing. Like, as long as you have money, and I'm attracted to you, I'm okay, fine.
No, your reasons are valid. Like, it makes sense. Like the children and for me, the dumb guys, it's just like
Yeah, you don't.
Literally, if I'm in love, you could convince me to go into a polygamous relationship. I don't even want to lie to you. That's how I love being in love. Like, I'm not a hopeless romantic, but I also love being in love. And if I'd found someone and we were happy together, actually, this is a situation. I'm afraid that I don't even want to say it out loud.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even want to say it out loud.
Hard. Alexia, you're so dumb, bro. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
First of all, buy me flowers. Come to me with flowers. Like, we should, please, you need to buy me flowers.
Okay.
Second of all, I feel like a simple date. Like, I'm over the whole restaurant type of vibes. Like, maybe like a picnic and like, you know, by the river, sunset vibes, wine, something like that.
Yeah, I'd like the same. An open scenery, because I feel like if you're outside, you feel free. So you feel at peace, whatever. So definitely something like that, outdoorsy, cute, simple, laid back, chilled, good conversation, good food. Yeah.
Ideally, my first date. Ooh, this is nice. Like, this is a great question. I definitely know that it would have to be outdoors, something thrilling, something to get our blood rushing. Preferably driving there. Like, let's drive an hour or 2 out. Get to know each other, hold hands and whatever. That's kind of like my vibe. So ideally, my first date would be something outdoors in the afternoon, a summer afternoon, maybe perhaps like a theme park, bungee jumping, camel riding. But essentially something along those lines. Then after we could have like a picnic, champagne, I like soft things, man, nice things. So something along those lines, something cozy, something soft, luxury kind of. That's kind of my vibe.
I think this is gonna sound really stupid, but I want like a picnic under the stars. Like, I think that's so romantic.
I wouldn't mind a little getaway date.
Oh yes.
Take me away for the weekend.
Let's go to Cape Town,
Tell me to pack a
babes.
suitcase.
Okay, but as a first date.
Yes. Have you not seen TikTok, man? These people who are on Tinder Gold.
But also, guys, when this is your first date, are you not speaking to these people for a bit before you go on the date, right? So if now we're gonna go on a date, get to know each other. Let's a place that we're both unfamiliar with. It's no one's territory, and we're gonna go there and experience it together. And I think if you see someone's true character when they put in a situation that they know absolutely nothing about, and now we must figure shit out
I
together.
feel like I hear you, and that would be very ideal. But the problem is, I am a different person over the phone than in person. Like, it takes me a long time to get to that person that you're speaking to over the phone. So I feel like it was to just throw me into the deep end, and I'd be terrified. Yeah.
I would want us to do new things that we haven't done. So if you haven't gone bungee jumping, let's go bungee jumping, okay, rock climbing. Yeah, things that we haven't done since or neither of us have experienced yet.
And now I just like a picnic. I really like picnics.
And then we come back home at a normal hour, like 7, and sleep.
And sleep.
And just nap, dog.
Yo.
Like nothing is amazing. Just napping is top tier. What is my ideal date? Something interactive. Like, I'm not hating on like restaurants and like sitting across the person and talking and things like that. I think that's cute. But I also wouldn't mind like a nice, painting, like a nice sip and paint, like at a nice place, some good food, some good wine, a canvas. I'm very expressive, so I just feel like it would be such a nice experience for the both of us. So yeah. What's my toxic trait in relationships? That I will advocate for everything that I think is okay for the relationship, for it to apply to the next person, but not me. So if I say we're talking and in this relationship, communication is important, you need to tell me about your problems. You need to tell me if you're mad, this, that, and that. You're gonna do it, my boy. And I'm very proud of you, and I love it for you, and I love it for us. But chances of me doing the same thing are
that when I am feeling or going through certain emotions, I shut off completely. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to tell you about it until I'm over it. And when I'm over it, I'll just carry on as though nothing happened. So I don't want to say communication, because I don't think communication would be like a fair answer, because I communicate the good things, and you know, if it's mid, I'll communicate it. But as soon as I feel like it's too much, that's where I kind of shut off and I'm not able to communicate my feelings. Or if I'm going through stuff that don't have to do with our relationship, maybe it has to do with friends or family, I just won't tell you about it. I'll be like, listen, I'm down. It has to do with my friends, or it has to do with family, or it has to do with school, but I really don't want to talk about it. Let's leave it. You know, he'll try and get through to me and I'll just be like, you know what, I'm not having it. So I think that's my toxic trait in a relationship.
Thing is, okay, with me, I feel like I like to push boundaries. I don't know if you understand me, but like, yeah, push boundaries definitely. And then gaslighting, I like to gaslight. I like to gaslight. So yeah.
I think my toxic trait is that I'm very sensitive, and like anything that the person does, anything that my boyfriend does, I am so sensitive that even the smallest things I'll take to heart and I'll make it like a big thing. Like I make the smallest things into like the biggest things, and it becomes like something hectic. So yeah.
Toxic.
I mean, once in a while I try and start random fights because I feel like I genuinely no, okay guys, please don't judge. Don't judge me. But sometimes I feel like something is off if there's no fight. So I will mix and match, you know, fight about things that don't need to be fought about. Start from the bottom of nowhere and be like, you know, I didn't appreciate what you did. That time I wasn't even bothered. But yeah, I will always like want to start a fight, which is problematic because if everything is good, then it's good. There's no need for me to go out and be like, seek validation by fighting with me. But yeah, that's my toxic trait.
I feel like my toxic trait is that I think I don't have a toxic trait. When I know I have many toxic traits, I just think I have a tendency to be like, oh, you are like here and I'm like here in the things that I do. I know I do a lot in relationships and then I'll make you feel bad for it because why aren't you doing enough? I'm doing everything.
She's problematic like that.
I'm problematic.
I feel like the one that I'm aware of is that I take time to forgive someone for doing something. You know, like sometimes I just don't understand why people just have to do stupid things in relationships. Like, yeah, so it takes time for me to forgive you. Like, it also depends on how you say you're sorry. You can't just say I'm sorry. Like, no, for real. Like, I'm sorry. Hey, you must come to me and be like, hey, you know what? Take accountability first, and then be like, I'm sorry. How can I fix? Yeah, I take time to forgive people. Like and it's very toxic because sometimes when I do something to someone, I'm like, I'm sorry, and they just take it, and then I don't think I have a toxic trait.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I just don't think I'm toxic.
A mess.
That's too much. Okay.
Messy. Messy. Yeah. Hello, messy man. Yes, it's complicated. Stressed, stressful, multiple words. None of them good.
Bliss.
You?
Bliss.
Splendid, flamboyant, marvelous, great, everything good. Yeah, that's about it.
Love it. I love that for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Challenging. Dating, calm down. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good. You went from okay to good. Are you sure about that?
Great.
I want to describe it. Happy. Peaceful. Happy. Yeah.
Yo, hey. I don't want to say complicated. I do not want to say wish. Yeah, that's how I can describe it. Wish, guys, like my dating life, and I don't even want to go deep. It's wish. Yeah.
The men that I did didn't really take me out on dates.
I dated this guy before I dated the guy I'm dating right now, and I think I just dated him to make the guy I'm dating right now jealous at that time because he was taking a while to like ask me out, which is so embarrassing, but yeah. Yeah, so I just dated him to just make him jealous, and it really didn't work out because at the end of the day, I was the one who ended up like being like embarrassed because he was not even my type. Like, yeah, we didn't even look good together. It was just so cringy. Like, yeah.
No, thank my dating ancestors, I have never come across such. Yeah.
Wow. Speaking to this fine man, fine man. You know, man was like, let's go out. I was like, sharp. Okay, me, I'm home. Fafa makeup, needed to when I get dressed, going to a vineyard. Did I not wait 45 minutes for Ndota to show up?
Everything you say stresses me out.
No, guys, I waited 45 minutes and he was like, oh, flip, that was today. Sorry.
Oh my daughter. How? Real quick.
That was the beginning and end. No, that was the beginning and end of the date. Thanks for coming to my everything. And you know, the sad part is I actually liked him. I was like, there's hope here. About this relationship, I see. Makotungo way to vibes. That's where it was going. And he just never showed up for our date, and I was like, oh, that was today. Sorry. I had to take myself out for breakfast, guys. I was like, well, I already did my face. I still have a video that I took. I'm like, well, now I'm going out for breakfast because they stood me up. Yeah, nothing is cute about that. I've never been on a bad date. The other day, my friends and I were talking about what if you get to the date and he doesn't want to pay? And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, that actually happens. Like, you guys actually go to a date with money thinking he might not pay. I've never had a bad date. All my dates have been good. Can't complain. The guys are always cute. If they're picking me up, they'll pick me up from home, drop me off where I need to be, take care of me on the date, make sure I've eaten properly, make sure I've had everything to drink. You know, I've never had a bad date. I can't lie.
I've never been on a bad date. So shout out to those niggas.
I think every time I've gone on a date,
It's been lovely.
Kind of known the person.
Like prior.
Maybe we've spoken a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I've gone on a date. The worst one.
So you do have the rest of it.
We went out to have drinks, and then I went home.
And
I went home because
the way you're styling,
the reason I went home was because of Udilona. He was just wrong, guys. He was just wrong, and he was shocked. You know what happened? We went to have drinks, and then he took me to his house. And then I was like, So we went to his house, Chapo, got there, chilled, and then it got late, and I'm like, I just need to go home. And then he was just shocked, like, why are you really going home?
Oh, so you wanted me to spend the night?
I have a bed, so I think he wanted me to spend the night, and I just think that, dear man, it's inappropriate that you take a girl to your house on a first date.
It's more inappropriate if you take her out and expect her to sleep with you the exact same day. Please stop
even if you expect, just don't stop
it.
Your house is not that nice.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and he was shocked that I put on my shoes and waited for him at the door.
Yeah.
I mean, I did go out with this hun one time, and ordered our food, and the food got there, and like there was a bit of a problem with my meal. So she kind of had to talk to the manager, except for the fact that she's not really good at communicating. So it wasn't a calm interaction. She was really loud. She was screaming really loud, and kind of brought over the attention to our table. And we're basically like these two young girls that are sitting across from each other, holding hands, looking all cute. And just in the middle of all of that, there's the manager who has to pull through now and calm my girl down because she is whining. So yeah, I think that's about the worst date experience that I've had. But at the time, the person was my girl, not a first time date. So
I really haven't had like many like bad dates because I didn't go on many. But the one like I can think of is just like he was just boring and he made me carry the conversation on my back, and I just from the moment I saw him, he gave me this weird hug, and I was like, yeah, I want to.
And he didn't want to order food.
Yeah, I didn't order food, and then he made me feel bad, and I didn't want to order food. I just like.
Unless we specifically say we are going for drinks, sir, please order food.
Yes.
We are going to go.
We went to Trump's, bruh. We went to Trump's.
Don't say let's go on a date
house.
and then not eat. If we're going for cocktails, let's go for cocktail hour. Then I understand the situation, E.T.
Let's go to a coffee shop. Let's go for
yes, please be specific.
I did my face. I was wearing a bodycon. A bitch was looking fine to sit with an annoying man. Like,
do better, guys, for your own.
This is why I don't go on dates.